My name is Suzann Mullner. I'm the Executive Director of Beirut and Beyond. Today we are in Gaza Palestinian Refugee Camp in Jerash, Jordan. This year, the Trump administration announced an end to all funding for Palestinian refugees and to UNRWA. UNRWA is the UN Relief and Works Agency that is providing aid and protection to 5.3 million Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, the West Bank, and Gaza. Last month, the administration also announced that they are trying to revoke the refugee status of 90% of those 5.3 million Palestinian refugees, which would mean everyone in this camp. Now, my question is, if you have countries that are not willing to provide a pathway to citizenship for Palestinian refugees, and they no longer have UN refugee status, then whose protection do they fall under? Where do their basic human rights of employment, education, and healthcare come from? UNRWA funding cuts could be devastating. You have 500,000 Palestinian refugee children that attend UNRWA schools, and in many cases, it's the only option they have for an education. UNRWA employs over 30,000 Palestinian refugees, and again, in many cases, it's the only option they have for legal employment. Over 3 million people visit their clinics. So what happens if UNRWA folds? Where will Palestinian refugees get food? Or where will they get their medication from? Or what happens if schools close and children don't have an education? Or what about those people that have lost their jobs? To be clear, the U.S. was behind the creation of UNRWA in 1950 and supported UN Resolution 194, calling for the unconditional return of Palestinian refugees to their home. Since the Truman administration, every single American administration has supported the UNRWA mandate and provided funding. In 1950, President Truman provided over half of the funding for UNRWA. And I want to read you a quote from a letter he wrote. He says this, "The importance of a substantial United States contribution to this program is very real. Not only is it consistent with the humanitarian spirit of the American people, it is also in our national interest to help maintain peace and stable conditions in the Near East. Palestinian refugees have a right to a durable and just solution, and the only way UNRWA can be dismantled and refugee status revoked is for UN Resolution 194 to be implemented."